Hello everyone, it's Alex. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. We are back with the new Sims 4 speed building video, and in today's build, we are building something huge, something very big. And for the first time, I think, on my channel, this is gonna be a custom content build. And I have to say that this build, it's not gonna be on the gallery for download. This is actually a commissioned build, and I want to say a huge thank you for the person that encouraged me and trusted me with such a big project, and actually with a project that was something very new to me and quite challenging. And I really hope you're gonna be loving this build, and maybe this is my way, and I really want it to be my way of encouraging you to try to build something you never did before, or something that's out of your comfort zone, because it's impossible not to turn out great, I believe, if you give all your best. So you can actually, I don't know, take this video as my advice on people that are trying to build, I don't know, more, or to improve their skills. And maybe that's how I can inspire some of you to, go out of your comfort zone, because it's so refreshing to do that once in a while. So this is a very big mansion on a 64 by 64 lot in Del Sol Valley. And if I think now, I believe for this build, I really needed a 100 by 100 lot, considering the requirements I had for this build and everything I had to include here. I have to say the space was enough, but believe me, at some point I thought I need more space. As you can see, the shell of the build, it's getting a bit of shape. And the fact is, this is gonna be an Art Nouveau style of a build. I've never approached this style ever in my life, and I'm happy with how I managed to do this in the end. This build, guys, took me more than 40 hours in total to finish. And I have to say, it was a challenge from start to finish. But at the end, I remember being so excited and like having this, I was nervous because I know it's done, and I love the result. And I remember I was trying to play test, and I did some final shots of this build and, some final images, and I wanted everything to be perfect. And I was like so excited. So, as I said, Art Nouveau style, I have to say that it's not, 100% this style. Because if you go on Google or search this style, maybe it's a new style for you and you don't know much about it. I didn't know much about it before starting this. I heard about it. I loved it when I was traveling in some, countries that have this style. But overall, I never approached this. I don't know, how realistic this build is in terms of Art Nouveau. I would say it's, I don't know, somewhere between 50 or 70% Art Nouveau, because even with all the custom content that I have, I cannot say I have that much, but I tried to find things, to download CC that actually was this style, and it was so hard to find. So yeah, if anyone here that watches this video is a specialist in design, in architectural styles, let me know if this is close to Art Nouveau. I tried my best. And I have to say, this is a very colorful style. And besides being very colorful, it's, with all of those rounded shapes and a lot of wood texture and a lot of, shapes on the windows, a lot of glass walls, a lot of glass roofs. And it was, again, I keep repeating myself, it was hard to achieve this. But as you can see, like, even the shell takes me so much. And one thing I have to add about this video is that I'm missing some footage of it. Because at some point, as I said, building more than 40 hours on this, at some point, I think I wasn't even recording anymore, because now, while I was editing this, and now that I started to make this voiceover, I realized I missed a lot of footage. So besides missing a bit of, I actually had some technical issues with this build while doing the greenhouse that you're going to be seeing soon. With the game crash, I had to redo part of it. Yeah, it was a challenge. But in the end, I fixed everything. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of the furnishing. I am so sorry. You're not gonna be able to see everything in each room because apparently I wasn't recording. I know, I'm frustrated about that. I'm sorry. But you can see the full interior at the end of the video. There's a complete tour of each room in this house. And speaking about rooms, we got a lot going on. In this huge house, we have two grand living rooms. We have a grand dining room and some sort of a breakfast room, which is actually also a sunroom because we have a skylight and we also have glass walls. And over that, I actually am missing how many bedrooms. If I'm not wrong, are they 7 bedrooms? Or maybe 5 bedrooms and a butler's room? But yeah, as you can see, we have a lot. The shell is pretty big. And the bedrooms are actually for also a teenager. We have room for baby. We also have in the basement a gym. We have an indoor cinema at home, which is pretty cool. We also have an office and some sort of a playroom. That kind of a room as some sort of a lounge where we have some ping pong, where you can have drinks and, just hang out on, I don't know, a regular day. And I have to say, another thing about this build, oh God, this is a premiere, I swear. Also, as in the style I went for, I never did that, but also the price of this build. So I don't know if you remember last year, I built in Del Sol Valley a 500K simoleons build. And after I did that expensive house, I was like, how about making a 1 million one? But I never did that. I remember starting a mansion. I don't even know if I have tray files anymore to continue that. In fact, now I remember about that. Yeah, this is over 1 million simoleons. I don't know how, I mean, now that I think about it, I know how it happened, but I don't know how it happened. But yeah, as I said, we have gym, we have indoor cinema, we have a lot of bedrooms. And besides that, all the furniture that I've been using, it's the most expensive one in the game. But speaking about what's happening in the video right now, as you can see, I did a very huge greenhouse. I'd like to call it a conservatory, but I didn't really thought it's suiting the space. So as you can see, now I'm starting to change everything. And besides having 2 floors above and 2 floors on the ground, I decided to, don't make it that high because it was very tall. Yeah, that was a very, very tall conservatory. So actually, this thing, it's in my mind was that sort of a greenhouse that actually, I don't know, it feels like a jungle when you go inside. That was my inspiration for this build, to like go inside and feel like you're in the jungle, or I don't know, in the forest, or something very beautiful, by the way, because we have also flowers, not trees, but we have palm trees growing inside. And you will see how I do that next in this video. And I think that's my favorite space in this build, I have to say. It's is the thing I adore the most, alongside with the landscape. I love more in my build doing exteriors of each kind of homes. Doesn't matter the style, I am there for the exterior. Each time I'm furnishing, I want to finish fast. I don't think I give my best when I'm furnishing, just because I don't know, I feel it's a bit not for me. I don't know, I love furnishing, but exteriors for me are a whole different level. So that's why I love the landscaping on this building as well, because I used a ton of trees, a ton of plants, colorful plants. And I tried to also play with the terrain tool. It was hard. It's very hard to, use terrain. But in the end, tool mod helped me, to make it look nice. I added rocks and I tried to hide every inch of the terrain that was elevated. But then I had some issues with the basement, and then I had to fix that as well. So overall, it was a very complex thing, and I'm happy to share this speed build with you again to encourage you to try things you never did before, to find inspo that it seems scary at the beginning, and to be like, oh, this is impossible in The Sims. I would love this in The Sims, but this is impossible. But then you try and do it, and then you're gonna be amazed, about how it's turning out. So that's actually, the purpose of this video, because I don't know, I want you to try your best and to not be scared to try new things, because sometimes I am. I am not necessarily scared, but anxious about trying something new, just because it's normal for our brain to actually, be in the comfort zone and do what we like the most. In my case, realistic builds, recently and actually lately, in the past 1 year and a half, almost two soon, I've been working on things for my realistic save file, and I didn't, give it a go to try something else, something new, something different, to have a building style that I haven't approached in long. And speaking about styles, even Del Sol Valley, it's something I barely visit this world. So it was very fun. It was very fun to do this build. And again, I really hope you're going to like it. And maybe it's going to, be inspiring for you to try build Art Nouveau or maybe a different style. There are so many architectural styles that you can choose from. And speaking about styles, I would be actually curious. And if you want, you can let me know down in the comments, what's a style you never approach in The Sims and that you would love to, but you were, scared to try, or you were convinced you can do it because of, I don't know, maybe the missing packs or the world that doesn't fit that style that you were afraid to do. I would really love to hear from you in the comments if you had, a style that you always maybe wanted to do, never felt like doing it, and maybe now you feel like trying. And yes, as you can see, a lot is happening outside. I feel like most of this speed build, it's for the exterior, because as I said, I unfortunately do not have footage of how I furnished everything. You can see tiny parts of some rooms in the basement, a bit of the kitchen furnishing, and a bit of the living room. But unfortunately for the bedrooms, I am so sad and upset that I don't have that, and I really wanted to show you that. But again, skip if you don't want to hear me talking. Skip to the tour of the video, and you will see the beautiful interior that this house has. And yes, as you can see, I'm using tool mod as well. I think tool mod, it's the key of doing things the game doesn't allow us to do. I'm a tool mod nerd. I always use it, and that I cannot basically build anymore or play this game anymore without it. I feel I'm so much more comfortable with tool mod, and the things that allows you to do with your builds are so much more than what the game actually allows us to do. And speaking about me inspiring you to try something you never did before, I also suggest, and I want to, I don't know, make you try tool mod, because sometimes I get comments or people come to my stream saying they're scared of tool mod because they don't know how to use it. And always I say the same time, have you tried? And people are like, no, I'm so scared of it. So was I. I remember first time I got tool, I had no clue what I'm doing. I didn't know how to rotate, how to move things, but it's as any other app or program we use now, online on the internet. Like it's exactly like a new game. You just need to have patience with it and to think a bit, in three directions, how you want things to, rotate, how you want them to move, where you want them to be, and to be creative with it. And again, I hope this is also going to inspire you if you are one of those people scared of tool mod to actually try it, because it's not that hard. Believe me, it's not that hard. It's I think it's overrated, how hard tool mod is. It's not that hard. And as I said, once you get used with it, you're going to come in my comment section and you're going to be like, I cannot live without tool mod anymore. And I'll be more than grateful to hear that from you. So yes, as you can see, all around the build, there's a lot happening with the landscape. We have the pool side, and then we have this sort of a, I would say, patio, but it's not a patio. It's basically those kind of ruined, I don't even know, like a balcony that basically has no purpose, but aesthetically it's looking so good because I use those arches and we have a lot of plants. I was trying to think that area actually, separates the garden from the actual edge of the lot because we're basically on a cliff here in the Elso Valley. And yes, we have a small garage. This was also very hard with the roofing, especially. Like roofing on this tiny garage took me a lot, and also the roofing for the whole house took me a lot. But I think everything went pretty smooth once I finished, the shell and the landscape. Everything was pretty smooth. I had no problems. And yes, I've used a lot of Realm of Magic, if you can imagine. This is not my favorite pack. I wouldn't even add it to a list of necessary packs in your game if you ask me for a ranking on Sims packs or game packs. I actually never enjoyed Realm of Magic until now. I think, with this style that I went for here, Realm of Magic really grew on me. So I'm actually interested to use it even more in elegant builds, or I don't know, mansions that are a bit more, different, not modern, not contemporary. So yes, speaking about Realm of Magic, I didn't use just Realm of Magic. I quite use, I think, all the packs in here plus a lot of CC, because I actually am doing also CC builds since a very long time now. But I never actually making speed builds out of them because I do not have time for that. But for this one, because it's a very special and large build, I really wanted to do this video, and I really hope you're gonna enjoy it. So I really think that's what I had to cover about this. I am sorry that this build is not gonna be available on the gallery, especially due to the amount of CC that I've been using in it. And also because, it's a personal project. I did this for someone, and I can say that it's actually not my build. I do not own it. I just built it basically for someone that's very, very passionate about Art Nouveau style. And speaking about the greenhouse that I told you before, we're soon going to approach the inside of it, and you're going to see how I'm placing a lot of trees and greenery and a fountain. And we also have an underground pool there, which also has steaming. I thought that's also realistic. And I have that, feeling that if I was actually in this greenhouse in real life, you would feel that, I don't know, that fresh nature air, but also a bit humid, from all the plants that are inside. And I really think this is a very nice space. I never did such an, large greenhouse. And usually when I do greenhouses, they are not, jungle type, or I don't even know if I should say jungle. I'm saying jungle just because we have a lot of exotic plants. But again, when I'm making greenhouses, the main purpose is to, have crops, to have plants, and, to see that side of actually growing something. But this is not for that. The purpose for this is purely aesthetic, and I'm loving this, and I will definitely do this again. So I think I will let you guys now watch the rest of the video. I really hope you're gonna enjoy to see how I'm furnishing tiny part of each room, and don't miss the tour at the end because you're gonna see everything that's in this building. And yes, until the next time, guys, I really appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you again for being on my channel, and I really hope you're gonna have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.